But yeah, this is what I'm talking about when I mean like Y2K aesthetics. Like, you see this, it's like the episode from SpongeBob when Squidward is like tweaking in the chrome Krusty Krab kitchen, and he's like future, and it's like everything's chrome. Like, this is so hard. Like, I feel like, yeah, it's like this is when tech felt fun, and tech doesn't feel fun anymore. It's just like, here's my sharp edges and my like very small or very like untextured silhouettes, and like, here's my little orange accent to prove that like I'm a competent designer. Haha, teenage engineering. It's like, no, fuck that. Like, look at this. This feels like otherworldly. This feels like something that you just want to touch and hold. Yeah. Like,
I didn't like the ergonomics of the PSP, but the other ones, the other ones look pretty good. If you go back an image, like this one has like a certain shape to it that
like it fits in your hand.
Yeah,
right?
You can already tell. I don't know why that is, but I get this sense that it would be comfortable to hold. There's another image before this, right?
Yeah.
This one has, this one is a nice because it's the color of it, right? And
yeah.
This kind of has like snowflakes on it. Yeah. But let's keep talking about BlackBerry for a sec.
Yeah.
So, can you pull up the Wikipedia page for BlackBerry, please?
Yes, sir.
I can't believe they don't make phones anymore.
I can. It probably just did not make sense.
Crazy.
I think in the 2010s they sold the rights to making the phones to TCL, so they did do some more models, but they were made in China. And then I think in like 2020 they like officially stopped.
That's so crazy, because at one point didn't they have the most popular phone in the world or something, or something like that, right?
It was. I think they had most of the market share at their peak.
For a specific kind of device. Like, I don't know if it was the most popular phone.
Yeah.
But let's see. In its early years, BlackBerry proved to be a major advantage over the typically one-way communication pagers, and it also removed the need for users to tether to personal computers. It became especially used in the corporate world in the US and Canada. RIM debuted the BlackBerry in Europe in September 2001, but it had less appeal there, where text messaging using SMS was more established. With the advancement of cellular technology, RIM released in 2002 the first BlackBerry cell phone, the BlackBerry 5810, that ran on the GSM network and used GPRS to its email and web capabilities. RIM also gained a reputation for secure communications, which led to the U.S. government becoming its biggest customer and making use of BlackBerry services.
I think that's another thing. Like, if we really want to get like conspiratorial.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I want to, but
no, but it's just like, would the U.S. government today really allow another country to sell it communication devices? Like, obviously, like, Canada doesn't really, there's no real threat, but like,
yeah, you had all of this corporate communication on these devices, but they gained a reputation for secure communications. Do you know why it was secure?
They had their own servers and encryption.
Doesn't everyone? Oh, they have their own encryption. Yeah, there was a BlackBerry Messenger, right? BBM.
Yeah.
Tommy, can you look into like the Black? Go to Claude. Yeah. Like, how sophisticated was the security of BlackBerry devices, both in terms of hardware and software, and maybe riff on BlackBerry Messenger? Yeah. So BlackBerry devices were legendary for their security architecture, which was built from the ground up with with enterprise and government use in mind. Let me break down how they achieved this reputation. Hardware security foundation. BlackBerry devices incorporated dedicated security chips and hardware-based encryption processors separate from the main CPU. This meant cryptographic operations happened in isolated tamper-resistant hardware that couldn't be easily compromised, even if the main operating system was breached. The device, is this more, do you know if this is more sophisticated than current phones in terms of their security?
No, like Apple has encryption chips on their phones and watches for things like Face ID.
I see.
And like it's the same idea, because the encryption happens outside of the scope of the OS, so you can't.
It's a hardware
really,
base.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll look into that. So the device couldn't be easily compromised if the devices also featured secure boot processes that verified the integrity of each software component during startup, creating a chain of trust from the hardware level up. Software architecture. BlackBerry OS was fundamentally different from consumer-focused systems. It ran on a microkernel architecture where core system functions were isolated from applications. Each app ran in its own protected memory space, and the system enforced strict access controls. Maybe also ask it, how secure is the BlackBerry relative to modern comparable devices that companies and executives use today? I remember this, the BlackBerry Enterprise server. So go up for a sec. This was perhaps BlackBerry's secret weapon. I actually installed and managed this server one time when I was like maybe 19 or 18 or something. I had like an internship where I was like, I worked in like a network, like as a network administrator or something, like a junior. And so there was, they had this server, the company was using it, and I had to manage it. It was really, really easy to use. Yeah, it was really easy to set up. I don't fully remember how it worked and everything, but this was perhaps BlackBerry Enterprise Server was perhaps BlackBerry's secret weapon. All data, emails, messages, and web browsing was routed through BlackBerry's own servers using end-to-end AES encryption. Your device established an encrypted tunnel to the BES, which then connected to your corporate email servers. This meant data was encrypted both in transit and at rest, and BlackBerry controlled the entire communication pathway. Yeah, this is BBM. BBM was revolutionary because it used BlackBerry's PIN system. Each device had a unique PIN. Well, like they clearly were thinking about security like non-stop. Like if they have this much
customer, they knew who their customer was, right? Like it was Wall Street traders. It was executives at Fortune 500 companies, right? Like that's where they started. So they had the vision of how to expand their product scope, and they did it in that direction with those clients in mind.
Do you know what the origin is of like BlackBerry? Like I know
not fully, like from what I understand, it's like Mike dropped out. They got a contract with GM to do some kind of modem or some other electronic device.
Who's Mike? Mike
Lazaridis.
Okay, yeah.
And then eventually they got into the business of making pagers. Jim Balsillie joined.
So they originally made pagers.
No, like I think originally they were doing like wireless networking stuff for other companies, and I think their first contract was with GM.
Okay.
Which, from what I remember, was what caused Mike to drop out. I mean, I'm not old enough to remember, but just like from what I've read.
Yeah.
And so they were doing like modems and stuff for business applications, but because of that, they had like the know-how in wireless communications to go and build a pager. Right. So their technical foundation already existed for them to go and build that product.
Yeah. See if you can find images of like the first BlackBerry prototype. And I want to know, we're going to have to do a little bit of a jump around. Hope you're cool with that, Chris.
Yeah.
Because I just want to first like orient myself around, just get acquainted here. I haven't dove deep into this. Is this it?
What
this
would
evolution.
be the first?
I don't know.
That's the first pager, like the second image. That's the first one they released,
This
if
guy,
I
yeah?
remember correctly.
This one?
This seems like an accurate timeline.
Yeah, that's pretty clear. Yeah.
Let's open this up and zoom in on it.
Wow, even the sites it's on.
Go from the top left, so like one at a time. Oh, you can't zoom?
I got you.
But yeah, man, this is the thing. Look, we had app trays. We had the smartphone. Like, nobody thinks about BlackBerry or RIM when you hear the word smartphone anymore. It's like, obviously, like, it makes sense why, and there's no need to cope about it, but they could have done more to stay culturally relevant, or to increase their cultural relevance at their peak. Like, think about Drake. In 10 years, like, no one's going to care about Drake. He's going to be old. But, like, everybody's still going to be bumping Nice for What, right?
Maybe.
Nobody uses BBM right now. They could have done BBM as, like, a WhatsApp competitor. And it could have been a huge product for them, if you think about it.
Go down now, yeah. So now they're getting the more colorful. They got a color screen here. Becoming more confident. These phones were really easy to use. I had a few of them. I had that one right there.
I was too young.
This one?
I don't.
It's called a BlackBerry Pro. I had this.
I probably would have used them if I was, like, older.
I had this too.
This one?
But like, honestly, I got fat fingers, man. Like, I don't think I would be typing on those keys.
No,
properly.
they were you'd have to use it to really feel it out, but it was really good, man. It was very enjoyable to use.
Yeah.
Have you ever typed on a BlackBerry?
I have not typed on a BlackBerry. There was this company that made a keyboard case for iPhones based on the BlackBerry keyboard design. I think they're called Clicks. I bought one of those cases. I used it for like a week, and then I realized
that the iPhone?
It's for the iPhone, yeah.
Clicks?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it didn't have data pass through, so I couldn't use Apple CarPlay while I had the case on.
Can we see that, Tommy?
So I stopped using it.
iPhone Clicks? I think this is the thing that makes your phone huge, right?
Yeah. It makes it really tall.
Case, right?
Why do people like this? I saw this. It looks so dumb.
It's because there are still people that want the keyboard, I guess.
There's a.
You tried this?
There's like
I tried it. Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe this could be interesting, and then I was like texting people
It
like
looks
70% slower than with my touch screen, so I stopped. That plus the me not being able to use CarPlay in my car was kind of a killer.
When this is plugged in?
Yeah.
Wow.
The tactile feedback probably felt nice though, at least. Like typing on this guy.
Yeah, it was fun. It made it fun, and it made me feel like more important. If that, like, that's kind of cheesy, but just like long phone, like it's like you know how like all those business guys had like the Motorola Dynatech, and they were all like super long bricks, and it's like it kind of gives that kind of vibe. But yeah, no, it's a weird thing to hold. It's also really uncomfortable holding with one hand. You kind of have to always hold your phone with two hands with that case on.
Yeah, it makes the phone so big.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let's just look at the origin of BlackBerry now.
Yeah.
On Claude or?
Yeah. What is it? What is the origin story of BlackBerry? Let's see. BlackBerry's origin story is a fascinating tale of Canadian engineering ingenuity that began in the 1980s, long before smartphones existed. I really like that name, Research in Motion. The early days. The story starts with Mike Lazaridis, a Greek Canadian engineering student at the University of Waterloo. In 1984, at just 23 years old, Lazaridis founded Research in Motion with his friend Douglas Friggin. Sorry, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
I don't know actually.
In Waterloo,
Friggin?
Ontario. They started in a small office above a bagel shop, initially doing contract work, everything from building LED displays for General Motors to creating film editing systems. Lazaridis was obsessed with wireless technology from the beginning. He had a vision that devices would eventually communicate wirelessly, even when most people thought computers would always need cables. This wasn't about phones initially. It was about data. The pager revolution, early 1990s. RIM's breakthrough came through paging technology. In the early 1990s, they developed wireless modems and started working with RAM mobile data, later acquired by Bell South, to create two-way messaging devices. The key insight was that while everyone else was focused on voice communication, there was huge potential in wireless data transmission. Their first major success was the interactive pager in 1996, a device that could send and receive email wirelessly. This was revolutionary because email was still primarily tethered to desktop computers. That was another thing about BlackBerry, is like they anchored their entire product around email.
Yeah.
Like a big value of BlackBerry was just that you could now go from, like, even with this device, like you go from like email on your computer to email in your pocket, and in a form factor that allowed for like actual real like power use. Yeah. Right. And to a point where like if people wanted, they could just if you're an executive and the main way that you operated was through email, then you could like predominantly just use your BlackBerry and get back to a lot of emails and make a lot of decisions. Okay. The first major blah, blah, blah. The device used a clever... this was revolutionary. The device used a clever compression technology that made efficient use of limited bandwidth. The birth of BlackBerry, 1999. The name BlackBerry came from the marketing firm Lexicon Branding, which noticed that the cluster of keys on RIM's devices resembled the droplets on a BlackBerry... Droplets, I guess, on a BlackBerry fruit. The first device officially called BlackBerry was the 850, released in 1999. But the real game changer was the BlackBerry 957 in 2000, which included phone capabilities alongside email. This created the first true smartphone as we'd recognize it today, a device that could handle both voice calls and data services seamlessly. The technical innovation. What made BlackBerry special wasn't just the hardware, it was the entire system architecture. Push email technology. Instead of devices constantly checking for new messages, which drained batteries, BlackBerry servers would push messages to devices instantly when they arrived. This created the addictive real-time email experience. RIM built their own NOC. Do you know what an NOC is?
It says Network Operations Center.
Oh, shit, yeah. Network Operations Centers in Waterloo that handled all BlackBerry traffic. Every email, every message went through this facility, allowing them to optimize compression, security, and reliability. Lazaridis insisted on physical keyboards because he believed people needed tactile feedback for efficient typing. This became BlackBerry's signature feature, the satisfying click of those tiny keys. It was like way better than anything else. While other companies were making consumer gadgets, RIM focused relentlessly on business users. They built on enterprise servers, BlackBerry Enterprise Server, that integrated with corporate email systems, providing the security and management tools IT departments demanded. BlackBerry's timing was perfect. The dot-com boom created a new class of mobile professionals who needed constant connectivity. The devices became status symbols. If you had a BlackBerry, you were important enough to need email anywhere. The addiction was real. People called them crackberries because users compulsively checked messages. The LED notification light became iconic. That blinking red light meant that someone important was trying to reach you.
It's actually really funny that LED notification light patent they went after a ton of Android companies or companies that made Android phones for using that. Like,
wasn't it just a blinking light?
Yeah, but like they patented the fuck out of that. Like Google had a couple of Nexus phones. You remember when they made their own phones before like the Pixel phones?
Google?
Yeah.
Nexus, yeah.
Yeah. So they had like multicolor LED indicators on the top bezel, and I'm pretty sure BlackBerry took them. It was either them or Samsung. They took one of them to court for that, and they won, which is pretty funny.
Such a random thing to...
But it's crazy. Like they won a lot of legal settlements, or they won a lot of legal suits because they patented so much. Like,
along the way?
From what I heard, there was like an internal incentive to like make patents for the company, and that you would get like bonuses if you wrote your own patents. And like you'd still be able to put your name down as like inventor, right? But like there was an internal incentive to make patents, which I don't know if that was a good thing. Like I think in the long term that just created a culture of, yeah, let's protect something even though we don't know if it's valuable in the market. And at the end of the day, someone's going to execute faster than you. And if you're going to play the game of like, oh, you violated this, let's get money out of you, you're not playing the real game, which is make more innovations for the customer, right?
They had a really good customer focused product though. They were they were amazing at that.
But they didn't have Riz. They didn't have Riz, and they didn't have foresight. Like this is.
I thought they did have Riz.
They had Riz with like Wall Street, but
a lot of people use BlackBerries. The first, like rappers use BlackBerries.
Yeah, like I know Drake had a BlackBerry, but like the thing they missed was how was culture developing. Like iMessage itself was its own subculture. Like
I don't think so. At
people
the time,
playing
man.
games. Well, like in my generation, iMessage was a subculture.
But wasn't BlackBerry already dead before that? Why did BlackBerry die?
No, iMessage came out with the first version of iOS.
Yeah, but
and like playing
actually
games on your phone, like the Angry Birds shit, like that, like as meaningless as that actually is now, that was like some kid's entire life.
No,
back
I don't
in
think
like
that's
2009.
why they died.
It's not why they died, but like the changing
The fatal-
tide of how people used these handsets
I
was
see.
something
As
that
like entertainment
BlackBerry,
devices.
yeah, it was something that
Oh, I see.
BlackBerry
I think I see what
took
you're
too
saying.
long to go after.
You're saying like the range of experiences that people wanted to have
Yeah.
on these devices was changing, and they were still focused on their specific range of use cases. Yeah, which was like what allowed them to become the company that they were. Yeah.
But they didn't seize the opportunity to Thanos snap when they had it, right? Like none of these companies can afford to just be single function, single purpose companies in the long run.
Yeah.
That's how they have to start, because you can't do horizontal and expect everybody to come flocking to your product, right? That's why you see like Humane AI Pin and Rabbit all like completely shit the bed. Right?
Why?
Because they overpromise, they underdeliver. They say, "Oh, we can like order you DoorDash and like tickle your butthole and like give you like spiritual insights on the world just by talking to it and sticking it on your chest." Like, nobody wants that. Like, what's the one thing that you can accelerate on with that form factor that actually provides value for people? And it's a camera. It's being able to capture the human experience. And that's exactly what we're focused on. And we'll worry about the other use cases and Thanos snapping and building an ecosystem later, because by the time that actually matters, like you'll see it, you'll feel it.
I wonder if that's like a universal pattern, like having this like very specific focus. Like it says here.
I mean, look at Apple. Even with the iPod, what was the iPod? The iPod was 1,000 songs in your pocket.
Yeah.
And the iPod was the springboard that let them make the iPhone, because they found out, oh, storage is getting cheap. Storage is getting small. I can put a bunch of storage into a really small space. What's the first thing that I could do with this? Oh, I can store music. Boom, iPod. What's the next thing I can do with it? Oh, I can have an operating system loaded onto this with applications. Boom, here's an iPhone, right? So,
but even when they came out with the iPhone, it had like multiple different purposes.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if they launched with a camera, if that was like the first thing that they launched with.
I think they had a camera at launch, but it was a tiny one at the back. They didn't have a front-facing camera.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
And so, like it had like multiple purposes, but I very much like, if you go back to Claude for one sec, see this thing here where he says, Mike Lazaridis and Jim Balsillie, BlackBerry's co-CEOs, dismissed the iPhone as a toy for consumers rather than a serious business tool. I just want to say, like, when the iPhone first came out, like that was like fully correct.
Yeah.
Like the way that you type on an iPhone now and how it's like super quick feedback and it's like very predictive. Like even if you're not typing in the right place, it's so intuitive. It wasn't like that before. And actually, I was one of the first in my like friend group to get an iPhone, and all my friends had BlackBerries, like all of us, right? And like I might have been like in my late teens or like, you know, early, maybe late teens, very early 20s or something. And like, you know, like everyone had like a BlackBerry, and I would actually, it would piss me off because my friends would always say that, like I would never use an iPhone because I can't type on that thing. And it started to really like annoy me because I noticed from like device to device, because I had like, I think the second generation one, I think it was called like the iPhone 5G or 3G. I think it was called, sorry, the iPhone 3G. My friend had like the first one, right? And so I think I was like noticing how like the device, like the typing was getting better, and I could see that it was like getting really good. So it would piss me off. So I would actually like tell my friends, like I would be like, all right, take this sentence. Like, I don't know, there's like a typical sentence, like the fox jumped up. And I would say like, all right, let's see who can do it faster then. And like they would type it on the BlackBerry and I would like try to type it on the iPhone, right? But you have to understand, like, it's not like now where it's like so quick. It was a little bit like slow and like not as like ideal as it was. But I noticed as I kept using the iPhone that I'm like, oh man, I'm getting quicker with this. Yeah. The keyboard's getting better. And then I started to think like, oh man, I think this is going to be like faster to type on than BlackBerry.
Well, it's travel distance. If you don't have any like travel distance with the keys,
I think I don't even think it's travel distance. I think it's actually what they're doing with the software to like make like, I don't know how that thing works, but it's making like probabilistic decisions about what it is that you're typing.
That's what they did for the first iPhone, and they improved it ever since. Like it was being able to predict that, you know.
I noticed it was getting better. I'm like, oh shit, this is getting better. This is getting better. Yeah. Let's see. Consumer revolution they ignored. BlackBerry had built their empire on enterprise customers, corporations, governments, and professionals who needed secure email on the go. But the smartphone market was rapidly shifting towards consumers who wanted apps, media, games, and social networking. BlackBerry's primary market was corporate and government clients who depended on its email and security. The business missed out on billions of regular future customers since it was content to serve this group. I mean, it's a...
They didn't grow. They didn't take the time.
Do you think this is like a hard thing to miss? Because to me,
it's a hard thing to miss if you don't actively look at it. And when you're so successful, why would you even bother?
Yeah.
Like BlackBerry was growing year over year, and they had all the market validation they could ever want.
Yeah. And
shareholders were happy. So in that situation, it's almost seen as counterintuitive or a risk or actually a threat to the existing prosperity of the company to change in that direction.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is like when Steve Jobs started like working on personal computers, he said that I see the personal computer as like a bicycle for your mind, right? But there's also, I saw this documentary. I don't know if this is like true, but there's like an animated scene. You can like try to look it up. You might actually think it's cool. But there's like this, I think it was like this documentary I saw about Steve Jobs. And there's like this animated scene where he like meets a monk or something in a bar. And like, he's like, he's like says like he found enlightenment or something. And he just shows like chips in his hand. I think I might have to find this one.
It was animated?
I think so. It was like an animated scene.
Are you sure this isn't AI generated?
You didn't dream this up, did you? It sounds like fucking Steve Jobs walks into a bar.
really. No. Really.
No, I believe you. It's just what I type sounds funny.
One sec. There was this movie where Steve Jobs walks into a bar and talks to a monk about enlightenment and shows him chips. I think it was in a documentary. The scene was animated. What movie was this in? Anyways, the interesting thing is like the core premise of like what they were trying to do with this computer is that they see it as like this like mental augmentation. Yeah. And so if I was working on like a device like BlackBerry and I had seen it as like a power tool for like people who are like, you know, doing emails and these executives, right?
Yeah.
The idea that this phone would be something that everyone would carry around and like be like so glued to it to the point where like it affects people's like posture and shit. You know what I mean? And it's like they're always looking at it, and it's like this like addictive companion piece of hardware. I would never believe that. No way. There's no way, man. No way that everyone in the world will, you know, have this like device that they would carry on, and it would be like, no way, man. But I think when you're coming at it from the perspective of seeing it as like a bicycle for your mind, or like this thing that's like a
human augmentation
exactly
device.
Right. So then you look at it and you automatically think like, okay, cool, so we're just going to take everything we did with the Mac and like think about like how would we make that for you carry it exactly. Right. So it's in a documentary called The Man in the Machine. The particular segment is uniquely animated and portrays a recollection of Jobs' spiritual advisor, Zen priest Kobun Chino Otagawa. In the animated sequence, Jobs seeks spiritual validation, asking Otagawa to ordain him as a monk. Otagawa challenges him to provide proof of his enlightenment. In response, Jobs presents a computer chip, symbolizing his belief in the transformative power of technology. Otagawa's reaction is contemplated, highlighting the tension between technological innovation and spiritual insight. The animation was crafted by Nick Gibney, the director's son, to capture the dreamlike, symbolic nature of Otagawa's story. The black and white hand-drawn style was chosen to reflect both the mystical quality of the narrative and Jobs' own aesthetic preferences. You can watch Steve Jobs, The Man in the Machine on various streaming platforms, including Apple TV, Hulu, and Prime Video.
Apple TV.
I don't know, but
I don't know if I can find the clip.
But I think that's what's interesting about it, is that they started with that initial premise.
Yeah.
And then once that technology was available and they could like bring that kind of an experience down to something smaller, they just continued down that way of thinking, right? And packaging it in that way. But
it's like, okay, look.
But
like
if I was in BlackBerry, I would never believe that.
I think
like people are gonna watch movies on this thing. No way.
Sorry, go ahead. You were saying.
No, it's just no way.
I think the human augmentation theory is
right there.
Is a very idealistic theory on how technology changes, and it is almost fairy tale like, right? Like, what do most people my age use their phone for?
I don't know.
They doom scroll TikTok,
okay,
or they talk to ChatGPT, or they call their friends, right? Or they text or they FaceTime.
Do you call people, Tommy?
Yeah.
I'm a little autistic. Okay. I call people. I hate texting, right?
You call people too.
But the thing is like the augmentation isn't the value per se. The value is like the augmentation is like a second order effect of the value.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear all these tech people being like, yeah, we're going to augment you and your brain's going to like be like 30% better and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, you can speak 20 times faster. It's like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, okay, great. I can use voice dictation and my words per minute triples.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Why, like, if I don't feel comfortable talking to my computer or mouthing out to my computer, like, I'm still going to type. I still have that muscle memory, right? Mm-hmm. And humans are not the perfect species. And if you try to force augmentation onto people, you'll get a cultural pushback, and it's going to delay that technological progress. And we're seeing that right now with creative people and artificial intelligence. All these visual creatives and filmmakers like that aren't absorbed in the tech space and understand what's going on, like they're all Luddites. They all fear this shit. They all think it's just going after their careers, and they all see this as like a late stage capitalist game where all these entertainment companies are going to cut workforces. They don't actually see the second order effect of that technology playing into their workflows. And it's because we don't have any of these companies that are actually focused on the labor. They're focused on the capital owner. And when you focus on the capital owner, yes, in theory, on the surface, the opportunity is larger, but the cultural pushback is higher. And
when you say like things like capital owner, like what do you mean?
Like the executives, the shareholders, right? Apple did not care about the shareholder. They cared about the end customer. Going back to the whole thing I was talking about with selling to the carriers versus selling to the customers, right? Yes, technically the iPhone is focused on augmentation, right? But you never see them say that. You never see them talk about the touchscreen as like this revolutionary new interface. They talked about the touchscreen. Well, they talked about the touchscreen because you can view content on it. That was the problem that they were trying to solve. I can view photos of my kids on much more real estate than I was able to previously with my other devices. That was they took it from a human angle. They focused on why is this important to the human experience.
We should watch the first
and they
keynote.
emphasized on that. Look at the FaceTime commercial. Go to like the 2014.
But yeah, we will.
Yeah. Or yeah. Okay. When Tommy gets back, we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, but what were you saying?
It's like.
Look at the FaceTime commercial.
Yeah, in the FaceTime commercial, they illustrate it so beautifully because.
But that's more recent, right?
It's like 2012, something. Like the iPhone 4S. That's when the FaceTime originally came out. It wasn't about like, oh, two-way video communication, guys. This is how everybody's going to talk. It's going to change everything. It was like, oh, I'm a military vet and I can see my pregnant wife's ultrasound in real time. Mm-hmm. Right? That is where you need to start as a company focusing on. Oh, sorry.
Can you grab it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I still think it's like I see the BlackBerry perspective.
But like the BlackBerry perspective is not different from the Apple perspective in some ways, because like Apple, when they focused on FaceTime, BlackBerry was focused on the end customer. They weren't focused on the technology. In the same way that when Apple was doing FaceTime, yes, there's science fiction about video calling, but they're focused on like why the customer is getting value first, as opposed to why.
I think to really understand this, you got to go earlier, man, because I think by the time they had like FaceTime and stuff, they were already like, they knew they were onto something.
Yeah, of course, but that's.
I think when you look at the first device, like I wonder if I don't know. There's a lot of like lore around all this. Let's watch this video here.
At the time he was starting Apple, Steve was very.
You hear it in your headphones. So from what I know about Zen, there's like these things that they do where I think this is the way it works. We can look this up, but I think there's like things they do where you have like a master, and you have to like prove your the fact that you understand things through like random acts and stuff. Let's stop for that. Let's go to Claude for a second before we watch this. There's like a thing here that's like really important. So just let's look up like in Zen, is there something where students have to prove their enlightenment to their master or their understanding to their master? And what are specific examples of how this is done through actions? I don't know if this will actually show it up, but there's this, I can't exactly remember, but I read this book called Beginner's Mind by Shunryo Suzuki. And there's like this thing where he talks about like someone like, I don't know, like hiding a frog, and like the master was like, no, it's not authentic enough or something. I don't know. Okay, let's see if this is actually it. Yes, in Zen Buddhism, there's a formal testing process called Senzen or Dokusan. Private interviews between students and master where understanding is examined and verified. This isn't about proving enlightenment like passing an exam, but rather demonstrating authentic realization through direct expression. This is what I meant. The fundamental principle is that true understanding can't be communicated through concepts or explanations. It must be shown directly, immediately, without intellectual mediation. The masters use various methods to test whether the student is speaking from genuine insight or merely repeating ideas. Koan testing is the most systematic form. Students work with paradoxical questions like, what is the sound of one hand clapping? Or show me your original face before your parents were born. The masters don't want clever answers or philosophical explanations. They're looking for responses that demonstrate the student has trended dualistic thinking entirely, right? So there's this kind of like non-literal evaluation that's happening from someone who really can know and read the signs of a person who's gotten really good at these things. Yeah. So I think that's part of what's going on here is like Steve Jobs is going to him and saying, I'm hearing that I'm enlightened, and the guy's saying, prove it. Yeah. You get it? So now he brings this fucking computer chip. He's like,
it's show don't tell.
Yeah, but it's so random. Like, bring a fucking computer chip.
Many things are going while I was going around.
You got to throw closed captioning on.
It was.
I didn't know what it was. Oh, sorry.
It was a chip of personal computer.
Personal computer chip.
He said, I designed it.
I designed it.
My friend also.
And my friend also.
This is called Lisa.
Lisa.
I named it Lisa, which is the name of his daughter. That
Yeah.
was the origin of the Apple computer.
It's like a totally different
I still
framing.
not quite sure that was a true proof or not. It's brilliant, but too smart, I think.
He said he's brilliant but too smart, I think. Yeah, that's such a different kind of framing, you know? And I don't think most people are not like working on a computer chip and then late at night going to like stressed out, going to their Zen master's house,
Yeah.
you know, ringing the doorbell, and then he shows up and he's like stressed, sitting there, needs someone to talk to. And he's like, I think like he was really like a person that does that is like really deeply internalizing the implications of what they're making. Like he's taking that simple simple chip,
Yeah.
and he's extrapolating out. Like he's like, he believes he's fundamentally altered like to like what it means to be human.
Yeah.
And he's like, maybe he doesn't even know, like he's going to the Zen master maybe to be like, yo, can you see what this is? In the same way maybe like I see what it is. And like, I think when you look at it in hindsight and you're like, oh, like everyone has this phone, you know, like what you said, like the Riz thing, right? Like, but
Yeah.
I don't.
No, but
I
it's
think
the Riz. It's understanding the story. It's understanding like what behaviors change. How does the social contract change? Like,
I think it's one of those hindsight is 20/20 things.
yeah.
I think when you like really, when you look at this story and you look at the kind of like you can agree that this is, most people don't do this. You can agree with that, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what I mean, where I'm saying like at the time it's like, I don't know, you got to really be looking at it from a very particular perspective. And I think it's right. I think you're right in what you said about how they don't explain all those things, like the human augmentation. They don't explain all that,
But
right?
like it's still the
there.
core.
Yeah, it's still at the core. And
thesis.
maybe they're not saying it like publicly to the customer or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, somebody who takes a computer chip and goes to their Zen master and saying like, "Yo, I'm enlightened because I made this thing." Like, there's no way that person is not having deeper conversations and with like everyone that they're like working on the project with, right? And so I think,
but he's thinking about it not from a sci-fi point of view. He's thinking
he thinks it's very real.
He's thinking about he thinks it's very real. He's thinking about it from a human social point of view, right? Whereas I think the culture in San Francisco is very like, guys, like we're gonna capture so much value here. Like these agents, this augmentation, we're gonna have like one person $1 billion businesses. Like, okay, great. It's like, who are you selling to at the point when every business is a one person $1 billion business? Like, what's the value of anything anymore? Like this is, it's not even like, this isn't social vision. This isn't an optimistic social vision. It is a vision for shareholders, right? The reason why Apple won against BlackBerry is because they cut out the shareholder incentive. They cut out, well, okay, there was a shareholder incentive, but like the focus on the product wasn't the shareholder. The focus on the product was the person doing the labor. It was, you know, the person that has a job but wants to look at photos of their kids. It's the person that wants to FaceTime their wife while they're on their lunch break, right? And BlackBerry was still focused on serving the business use case because that's the only way they knew to make money. And they didn't dare to step out of that, right?
Back to that chat.
But stepping out of that was essential to them being able to grow, and they chose not to do that. And I guess maybe it's because they weren't the right people, right? The way I see it now is with wearables, with glasses, if we're ever even going to all wear glasses all at the same time, like assuming that holds, it is still incredibly nascent. We're not even in pager territory. And so to come out of the gate saying like, okay, yeah, we're going to augment everybody and we're going to have all these apps. And it's like, dog, I have like 5 apps that I use every day on my phone. Why do I need to worry about another app store? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me, right? Like this transition is going to happen way slower than people actually think. I think the quick transition is going to be how we interact with LLMs. Like, will the voice experience get so uncanny to the point that I feel like I'm talking to a friend? And, you know, there's companies that are already working on this, and they're probably going to do a fantastic job. Yeah. And I don't really, that's just not something that interests me. And I think there are other companies that are going to do really well in that space. I think by the time we prove out our market and we see that, you know, these conversational models are getting really well at mimicking empathy and feeling, then, you know, maybe we'll start to create a platform where we can have companions that ingest egocentric context from what you see, right? Because at the end of the day, like, the focus here is the human experience. And we're starting with capturing and sharing the human experience. That could evolve to giving context of that human experience to other systems that can help you in your life. But, like, I don't want to go there because the market demand for that is almost non-existent. Like, there's these really interesting demos that you see with like Google's Gemini on a pair of glasses.
Yeah, can we see this? I haven't seen it.
You should definitely pull this up and take a look. But like, the North did this like 7-8 years ago and nobody gave a shit and they died. Like, just because now we have Gemini instead of Alexa, like, I don't think it's really going to change all that much.
Android XR.
Is this it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch the Google presentation. Was it good?
It was okay.
And it supports a broad
Maybe like,
did you see this, Tom?
No. Do you want to seek on the timeline to the part where they bring out the glasses? I think it's close, but
is it this Muhan?
no, Muhan is the
XR glasses.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
We've been building glasses for over 10 years, and we've never stopped. Glasses with Android XR are lightweight and designed for all-day wear, even though they're packed with technology. A camera, a microphone.
It's actually really funny. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but the glasses you see her wearing, they're not Google's. It's a dev kit by Qualcomm and Applied Materials. It's because
this is the dev kit.
Yeah, I went to a conference in January called SPIE, and that's where all the display makers for AR glasses show up. And I ended up meeting with a rep from Applied Materials who gave me a PDF briefing on that, and it was that exact device that Google is using.
You can get superpowers when you put your glasses on. Okay, who's up for seeing an
So this is AR, right?
This is what?
That was AR, right?
Yeah,
showing interfaces on your screen.
Yeah.
Does this stuff work?
Yeah. It's just not. Well, what, like, if you think about what somebody wants to do with these kinds of heads-up displays,
well, let's see.
Let's see.
And let's get started.
Hey everyone. Right now, you should be seeing exactly what I'm seeing through the lens of my Android XR glasses. Like my delicious coffee over here, and that text from Shram that just came in. Let's see what he said.
Did you just look at it?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna launch
it just shows up in
our
her field of view.
Send Shram a text that I'm getting started, and silence my notifications, please.
Okay, I've sent that message to him and muted all your notifications.
Perfect.
Oh, hey, Nishta.
Hey, Dieter.
I see the lights on your glasses, so I think it's safe to say that we're live right now?
Yes, we're officially on with the I.O. crew.
Hey, everybody. It is pretty great to see I.O. from this angle. Nishta, you promised me I could get my own pair of Android XR glasses if I helped out back here. So what do you say?
Of course. Let's get coffee after this and I'll bring you those glasses.
Awesome. We'll see you then. Good luck.
Thank you. As you all can see, there's a ton going on backstage. And is that pro basketball player Giannis wearing our glasses?
I love it. This feels like both of my hands for double high fives.
Nice.
Is this the video lagging or is it?
Yeah, it's the live stream lagging on stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Like, what band is
Well, that's
this?
what happens when you
And
try
how
to manage a camera and a display and a pair of very small glasses.
But at least they showed it authentically.
Yeah. I think that's good that they're honest about it.
Yeah, shows at Shoreline Amphitheater, which are often seen as homecoming shows for the band.
No way. Can you show me a photo of one of their performances here?
Sure, here's one. Want me to play one of their songs?
I'd love that. I can listen while I make my way to the stage.
Great. Here's Under the Aurora by Counting Crows.
Okay, who's ready to see these glasses? Here comes Welcome, Mr.
Hey, everyone.
Thanks for that star-studded behind-the-scenes look. By the way, do you want to book that coffee with Dita now?
Yes. The crew actually gave me some awesome coffee backstage, so let me try something fun. Gemini, what was the name of the coffee shop on the cup I had earlier?
That might have been Bloomsgiving. From what I can tell, it's a vibrant coffee shop on Castro Street.
Great memory.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it has visual memory.
Can you show me the photos of that cafe? I want to check out the vibes.
Definitely. Do these photos from Maps help?
Oh, I know that spot. It's a flower shop as well as a coffee shop, but it is downtown.
Okay. Gemini, show me what it would take to walk here.
Getting those directions now. It'll take you about an hour.
Okay. I can get some steps in, and these heads-up directions and a full 3D map should make it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna want to look at this. Look at this. Oh, you missed it.
Hold on.
Yeah, maybe go back like 30 seconds.
Go ahead and send Dieter.
Go like 10 seconds back. Or like 15 seconds back.
Go ahead and send Dieter an
Oh,
invite
even
for
more
that
now.
cafe and get
Here?
coffee at
Yeah,
3
sure.
p.m. today.
Yeah.
Great memory. Can you show me the photos of that cafe? I want to check out the vibes.
I'm sorry, I'm just moving the chair up.
Definitely. Do these photos from Maps help?
Oh, I know that spot. It's a flower shop as well as a coffee shop, but it is downtown.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Gemini,
here's-
show me what it would take to walk here.
Getting those directions now. It'll take you
So the
about
turn by
an hour.
turn stuff, that's been done like 3 times before.
Yeah.
I can
But
get
the
some
interesting
steps in
part
and
comes
heads-up
when she looks
directions
down
and a full 3D map
and you
should
can
make it
see
super
like
easy.
Where
the
you
view of
are.
the maps. Yeah.
Why do you think that's interesting?
Because it gamifies it. Like instead of it being
Go
in
ahead
front of
and
me
send Dieter
and
an
obstructing
invite
what
for
I
that
see,
cafe
Yeah.
and
it's
get coffee
it's
at
below
3
me
p.m.
whenever I need to glance down.
Oh, yeah.
And it gives me a frame of reference.
Yeah. So it's kind of like your phone in a way, right?
Yeah.
Enjoy the coffee.
So you think that's an interesting design?
I actually think that's probably the best thing from this entire demonstration.
Why?
Book an event,
Because
I
it
know you
felt
riffed on it,
natural.
but yeah.
all without taking
The idea of like,
your
oh,
phone
looking
out
down
of
for
your
some more
pocket.
contextual information.
I'm
Yeah.
even wearing
Like,
the glasses right now
oh
too.
yeah.
They're my
Versus
personal
covering your
teleprompter,
covering
and I
here.
have
Yeah.
It's like a
professional
philosophical
assistants
design
for you.
decisions that we're not going to put
Okay,
too
Mr.
much
This is a
information in
big
front of your
moment.
field of
Wow.
view.
Yeah, unless you're consuming content.
Yes,
Unless you-
get
yeah.
ready for a quick photo, everyone, and let's
Huh.
bring out our
So you can have
star.
people just looking down like this now.
Here comes Dita.
But I mean, like, if you think about it, like, naturally, like, you do look at your feet sometimes, like, when you're walking and you're just, like, trying to get a sense of, like, what you're walking on. So I don't actually think it's very unnatural. I think it's more unnatural to have shit in front of you when someone's trying to talk to you.
Totally.
Take a photo
Right?
for me and add it to my favorites.
And like having the viewfinder is cool,
That
right?
is amazing.
But what nobody in this audience realizes is the engineering cost to have a display in there with the current chips and with the current
The engineering cost.
Yeah. So
Sundar showed what
you want to add a waveguide display with a light engine, that's another 10 grams on a pair of glasses.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you normal glasses weigh? Maybe like 20 grams. So you're talking about half the weight of a normal pair of glasses just to get the display. That's not including the PCB, the camera, the batteries, right? And then power consumption wise, okay, because I have insider information, I know that they're using a light engine from a company called Augmentation, and those are not power efficient at all. It's like LED backlit LCD tech. So the reason why they chose that over micro LED is because it's brighter. And the biggest issue with these waveguide displays right now is they're not bright enough to wear in daylight.
Yeah.
So that's why they went LCD instead of micro LED. But with
So
that,
this isn't projected onto glass or something?
it is projected onto
okay.
glass. It's kind of like how like a fiber optic cable passes data through it with
Okay.
light, but instead of a single channel, it's like all the pixels that you would need to make up a display, right? Now, that light engine, from what I remember, uses around 300 to 500 milliwatts of power.
Yeah.
And like, you're not going to get more than like half an hour to an hour tops with like peak optimization with that setup in that form factor. You need more batteries. You need a higher battery capacity, and that's only going to add more weight, and it's going to make it more uncomfortable and unwearable. So there's still another 3 years for this stuff to be miniaturized and consume less power before this full vision can even be realized. And
Yeah.
Google's gonna launch with General Monster and Warby Parker in the next year or two, but it's going to be the same problem that the Meta Ray-Bans have, where you have to constantly put it back in its case. And even if you do have swappable batteries, all the other shit that they're adding here with the display is just going to make it more heavy than what a normal person would want to wear.
Yeah.
Like even wearing Ray-Bans, they're like twice as heavy as like normal glasses.
The Meta Ray-Ban.
Yeah.
If you look at this like technology, like this device fundamentally, like what they're doing is like, well, like what new value are they bringing outside of a phone? Like
see that now you're getting it. Where is the value?
I think the visual memory.
The difference
thing is,
with Mac and the Lisa was that instead of IBM mainframes, I could draw things in Paint. I could type out Word documents. I could use this to express myself creatively, right? Steve Jobs was right when he was thinking about that. But now we're talking about augmentation, not in the creative context, we're talking about it in the convenience context. In the, don't worry about developing your own skills. We're going to give you all the information you need and you're going to be fine because it's way more lucrative to sell Reliance than it is to sell creative stuff. Or at least that's the perception right now. I actually don't fully believe in that. But they're choosing...
if you just look at this demo here, right?
Yeah.
Like what functionality does it provide outside of the phone?
Nothing. It just makes it more convenient.
The visual memory was interesting.
The visual memory, sure. But you don't have to have glasses for that. That could be a necklace. That could be a pendant. But
the Humane AI pin took really nice photos.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was there was like a Twitter thread about it. This like designer that worked at Humane. You have to look on X. Humane AI pin photos. She was like going for a hike or something.
But here's the thing: if visual memory and recalling
kind of
moments, if recalling moments from the human experience is the only novel factor here, why are we adding displays? Why are we adding why are we adding all this other shit that your phone already has? And the reason why is because Google and Meta are all salty that in the North American market, Apple has the dominant market share. And they see making a new form factor that replaces the function of a phone as a way to gain that market share back. So it's just a way, it's just them trying to grow their market. They don't actually see where the real value of the technology is. Whereas as an early stage company, where we're looking at it is exactly what you're asking, which is what is something that the phone cannot do very well that this format is actually perfect for?
What do you think that is?
Capturing the human experience.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean like video.
Why do you think Meta sold 2 million Ray-Bans? It wasn't because of the AI assistant. It wasn't because it barely was because of music. It was because of being able to capture moments that the way you saw them without needing to pull out a camera or do setup or take out your phone. And the value there is it's so close to your eyes, it almost mimics life as you see it. And your phone can't do that unless you hold your phone in a very awkward way next to your forehead. And nobody is doing that.
Yeah.
So what we're saying is, okay, great. Meta took this first step and the market's responding positively.
Are they?
Well, they sold 2 million of these.
Of the Meta Ray-Bans?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because people want glasses with a camera in them.
Yeah. Why isn't GoPro making them?
That's a great question. Well, I think that's because GoPro is on the verge of bankruptcy right now.
Really?
They made a lot of dumb moves and their stock tanked.
Really?
Yeah. And DJI is whooping their ass right now.
DJI is an amazing company.
Yeah.
Did you know that I think they have a drone that's like a straight up camera.
Yep.
What's it called? Do you know?
The Mavic Pro or something.
Is that what it's called? The Mavic? So this is like a drone that you use as a camera. So basically, product information. Yeah. So this thing, you got to really watch videos though to really understand this. But I think like it combines both movement and camera operation together. So you used to have like steady cams. If you go to their website, it does like, they have like these videos on their website that are like examples of how to use yeah, exactly. Why is DJI such a good company? Like they're so good.
It's because they have the benefit of being in the world's biggest city for manufacturing.
The devices are so well,
and they're backed by the Chinese government, so they basically have no risk to innovate.
Whenever I use a DJI product, I always feel like it feels so futuristic when I'm using it.
Yeah.
I think I have one of their like steady cam or like I forgot what it's called, the Ronin or something.
They have some of the world's best robotics engineers because all what they're doing with stabilization, with gimbals, that's all controls.
Yeah.
Like you need like top tier like roboticists that know how to balance a camera on a gimbal and deal with disturbances, whether that's changing wind patterns or your hand shaking or things like that. Like you really need like top tier like mechatronics engineers that know their way around controlling these electromechanical systems, and that's the talent that DJI has.
Yeah, there's actually a better video than this. If you just go to the DJI website, just go to DJI.com. Oh, you're there. Are you there? And then right on the homepage, go learn more. The triple lens thing. Yeah, watch this video.
Yeah.
I just watched this like this week. So I'm pretty sure
the whole thing was filmed with the drone.
Not these shots. No way.
Shots, yeah.
That's like clearly the camera is like moving.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, like Hasselblad made the lens.
Yeah.
Okay, so like look at this, Tommy. And so now they're using it like it's like these wide shots, but they're using it these aerial shots, sure, but they use it as like shots you would use like a regular camera, maybe on like a dolly or something, you know? It's like replacing those.
Yeah.
Because it's super stable. It can fly low, you know, it can fly high. Like look at this. Like that kind of a shot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd maybe put a camera like on a track or something and like push it.
That's sick.
Or after this, you should look at the Insta360 X5.
Is it also a DJI?
No, it's from Insta360.
Oh, so what's
but it's
Insta360?
They're a 360 camera company.
Okay.
They also compete with DJI and GoPro on like action cameras and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but their main business is 360 cameras. And they've done a lot of work on their software side to add a lot of these features that, like, you know, for example, if you're holding up the 360 camera, it'll delete the part of the image that has the actual stick or the arm, so that it looks like somebody else is recording you.
Which one am I looking for?
Yeah, that's the one.
The X5.
And it has. Like,
how does this work? How does a 360 camera work? Do you know?
2 very wide angle cameras, one on each side, and
Okay.
it grabs 360 degrees.
Okay, it stitches it together.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly. But see, here's the thing: the 360 camera is for like
Why
a
do people
certain
want
type of
these?
creator. This
Like,
is for
how is there like a big company around this?
See, the thing is that.
Oh yeah, it took it out.
Yeah.
Oh wait, go back a few frames. Wait, go. Oh, was she not holding the camera?
She was.
She's holding it
but,
on a stick.
But they use segmentation, and they do frame interpolation because they can take, because if someone's moving.
So that is on a stick, right?
Yeah, it is on a stick, but like you can take the last frame and the next frame and do object segmentation and get, basically you can like interpolate what would be there
And then
when the stick is gone.
Oh, okay.
And just render that.
How do you watch a 360 video?
That's the worst part about this camera. There really is no good way on
Like, what's
any
the
social.
point of this?
Exactly. That's the thing. You either love this, you either fucking love this, or you think it's useless. I talked to Robert Scoble, who's pretty big on Twitter, and he is a diehard Insta360 user. Actually, the company launched in his house. He's actually super well connected in San Francisco, and he knew the founders of Insta360 pretty early.
I mean,
on.
it's cool. I just wonder.
Yeah, like what's the use for the average person? There really isn't anything here. Even for the content creator, there isn't much here because it's a lot to hold, and like unless you're like doing action stuff like skiing or you're going fishing, or you really want that
Maybe
like
it's good
full
for VR.
immersion for VR.
Yeah.
But who the fuck uses VR today, man?
Yeah.
Like, do you see anyone walking around with a Quest 3 or a Vision Pro that isn't in San Francisco?
Mm-hmm.
You don't. So, like, I think the thing about Insta360 is that for image stabilization, it's fantastic because you actually don't need optical image stabilization or electronic image stabilization, because when you have 360 degrees,
This is this camera?
yeah. Because when you have a full 360 degree view, you can just digitally move the frame of reference within the 360 orb to stabilize the footage.
Okay.
Because it's capturing everything, right?
Well, they're clearly selling a lot of devices, so people want these.
Yeah. There is a
I mean,
market
there must
for
be.
this. Now, I think...
So you said DJI is competing with these in some way?
No, not with the 360 cameras.
But like
DJI,
with this company in general? Like that you would say, oh, you were saying this is another company that makes great products.
Great purpose-made cameras, right?
But
like,
DJI is the best, right?
For
like I'm just
for
saying
standard recording for drones, yeah, they're the king.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
even
I've
for
used
action cameras, I'd say they're the king right now. For 360
action
cameras,
like you mean using a drone as an action camera?
no, like I mean, like if you look up the DJI Action 5,
Is
or
this
you could
like
just,
cinema?
You could just go on their
level?
website and like.
Yeah, let's just go through their product line. Go to the DJI. Go to DJI.
Yeah, so
they have this.
Yeah, and it whoops GoPro's ass.
Really?
It's better color, better low light performance, full HDR. You have the full ecosystem compatibility with DJI's lapel mics. Like
lapel mics?
Or not lapel mics, but like, you know, the magnetic ones, like the...
Is that what everyone's using now? DJI mics? So
either
we
DJI
gotta dive
or
into
Rode.
this. Let's go to the DJI. Just go to the homepage. Let's go through the whole product line. See if it shows there. Is it? So they got camera drones, handheld, power, specialized, explore, and support. Right. So let's go to the camera drones first. Top left. Okay. So they've got the DJI Mavic, the DJI Air Mini Flip, Avata. Okay, so let's go to the DJI Air for a sec. How much is this? By 1,000 USD. So this is, that looks way, scenario building blocks. Wait, what is this? CMO's primary. What's their, I guess that's the Mavic is their top of the line, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so they've got these drones. So go back now. Okay, go up. And now let's go to handheld. What do they got?
Yeah, so if you go to Osmo Pocket.
Yeah, vlogging, road cycling, diving, motorcycle.
Yeah, see, like they're focusing on the extreme use cases.
But vlogging is something else.
Vlogging is something else.
So go to that. They're so good at making these little things. So it's like, this is robotics.
It is robotics.
Software and cameras.
Yep.
Because these look like robots, little robots.
They are. The gimbal that's stabilizing and moving the camera is a robot.
Wow. It's very I don't know what the right word is. Like very inspiring or something to see some of like when you use some of these products and you see how like responsive the gimbal is, like when it works and like and you set it up so easily and it's like moving and rotating, it makes you feel like it's like I don't know, it's a very powerful thing. It's like it's really well made. And yeah, I never thought of it as like a robotics thing, but damn.
I mean, there's a reason why Sony is not in this business.
Right.
Like you'd think that this almost feels like a product that you would buy from Sony 10, 15 years ago.
Maybe.
But it's not, right? And like Sony didn't bother to expand their business to that. They're still focused on like image sensors and audio amplifiers and things like that. But like if this DJI camera, like the CMOS sensor they're using is from Sony. Right? So DJI isn't making the image sensor. They're making everything around it, from the battery, the stabilization, the software experience.
Oh, they're not making the camera. No.
Well, they're not making the image sensor.
Yes.
But maybe they will do the optical stack on top of the sensor, interface that with the rest of the camera itself.
Yeah. Look at that guy just running. Gimbal camera for daily recording. Seize the moment effortlessly. So if you go down, I guess they're talking about the Osmo Pocket 3 here.
Yeah, this is the best. This is the best handheld video camera. Period.
Really?
I have it. Once you put it in the right settings, and you get yourself some ND filters for this, it is the world's greatest handheld camera. Period.
Across all cameras?
Well, just for video.
Yeah,
for casual videography. Yeah.
Really?
Well, in my view, I could like
that's cool.
If you keep going down. If you want to rock like an A7S Mark II or something, you can.
But even still, but this is a different thing. Like this is going to use robotics and software to make the process of making a video easier.
Exactly.
Right. And so you can you can compare it to like a different camera, but compare it factoring in everything.
It's apples to oranges. Yeah.
No. Like, I mean, compare it. Even if it's like fundamentally different, you could just say like, hey, maybe the image is not as good as some other camera, but when you add in the robotics and software integration into it, you're just like, I'd rather use this. Okay, but let's see. 4K, 120 FPS, UHD footage capture. Okay, 3-axis. If you go down, 3-axis stabilization, smooth, stable handheld footage. Cater to your scene by adjusting the Osmo Pocket 3's rotational speed. If you go down, full pixel fast focusing. This is awesome.
Yeah, they also have on-device face tracking and object tracking.
Is the tripod built in?
The tripod comes as an accessory, but you can mount it.
But you could keep the. Oh yeah, you just boom, boom, boom. Tommy, why don't you use something like this to track your climbs and stuff? Would you?
That's a good question. I don't know if I need to. It hasn't occurred to me that I need something stronger than my phone right now.
Yeah.
But I think some people do actually do this.
This one, right?
Probably like outdoor people.
Yeah. Can we look at some video footage of this? Like, is there anything this can do that a phone can't?
Not necessarily.
Well, then what's the point of putting the robotics stuff on there?
Well, okay, no. It can do the stabilization way better than a phone camera.
Stabilization would be crazy.
100%.
What's the film? There was a video that just said filmmaker's perspective.
Also, like, keep in mind the size of the image sensor is way larger than anything that you'll get on a phone camera. And what does that mean?
The size of the image sensor is way larger.
And what does that mean? It means it can take in more light.
Yeah.
Which means you don't need to do all these post-processing algorithms in software to boost the light in low light scenarios. So the low light footage that you can grab on this camera is actually way better than anything you can get on a phone. Purely because the size of the image sensor is larger and it can take in more light.
Okay, so here, there. These guys are cutting away. Let's okay, so now he's holding it here. Oh, I guess we just need footage. Maybe you're right, man. Sorry, Tommy.
It's okay.
It's really about the stabilization.
That's the biggest thing, I would say. Stabilization, the next biggest thing is low light performance.
He's got it.
And the size of the image sensor just allows you to make...
Oh, there you go, low light.
Yeah. It allows you to capture footage that just feels so much more cinematic. And because you can add ND filters to this, you can lock the shutter speed. And there's DJI official ND filters, and you can also get third-party ones. But that means you can lock the shutter speed. And when you lock the shutter speed, you get a much more cinematic... Well, you know this. I don't need to...
No, I don't actually. Keep going.
I thought you did film.
I did, but I don't know shit.
Okay.
I'm still learning, man.
But yeah, when you lock the shutter speed, the pace of the footage feels a lot more cinematic.
Yeah.
But when you lock the shutter speed, you also can't reduce exposure. So if you record without an ND filter, your footage is going to be incredibly overexposed, which is why ND filters are needed, because they act as like sunshades, but for your camera, right?
Can this thing, like, let's say if I put this down, okay, so in these shots, right, what's happening is the user, the human, is like holding the camera and they're like moving it, and then as they're moving it, the camera's on like a gimbal.
Yeah.
And it's like adjusting. It's using software and robotics to adjust. I guess you define the focus in the software and you're moving around it, right?
Yeah.
And that creates like this kind of like effect where you have like two movements where the camera focuses, but the camera is continually focusing, but the
gimbal is compensating for how your hand and arm is moving. And
also like you're adjusting the POV. I mean, sorry, you're changing the angle.
Yeah.
While keeping the camera focused on the subject. Can this do any kind of movement based on like on its own? Like in the sense, like you place it down.
Yeah, you place it down, and you get it to like track your face.
Oh, really?
And it'll move the camera as you move in the.
So can it track? Yeah, I wonder if it could track like Tommy's climb. You know?
Probably.
Yeah, it could.
The other thing I really like about this is that the form factor of a phone, if you're like filming, it's not ideal. It's very slippery.
Yeah.
Especially like filming yourself and stuff. It's like not ideal. This thing, it feels like it'd be so easy to hold. Yeah. And also, I like that it's like, it seems like a very strong camera kit that you could carry with like a minimal footprint. So if I did need to film myself doing something and like, I break out like a little tripod or whatever, it'd be really easy to just like break it out, set it up, and like film yourself. It's interesting. I wonder if there's like been any movies filmed entirely on the DJI Osmo.
I don't think so. It's
why not?
It's not on Netflix's list.
No, not. But that doesn't mean people haven't made a.
Sure, but maybe some short films, and I think you could easily get away with it. Actually, like I think it is close enough that most people won't notice. Especially if you like plan the shots really well, like you can get away with it.
Let's see. Have any films been shot on the DJI Osmo?
It's also a relatively new camera, so it could be.
Is it Osmo Pocket?
Osmo Pocket 3, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, several films and cinematic projects have been shot using the DJI Osmo Pocket series, particularly the Osmo Pocket 3. Notable project shot on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Travel video, short films. Doesn't really mention anything specific.
Yeah.
But there is, if you go on YouTube, it says short film shot on Osmo Pocket 3, and it's like a video.
You can also
That one
live
right
stream
there.
with this.
Really?
Yeah, like you can go live on Twitch.
Let's watch this. 2 minutes?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, see, look, he's moving. Moves the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's turning. Oh, so he can just be like this,
Yeah.
or something.
Another
Yeah,
thing,
this is nuts.
when you stream, I'm pretty sure you're
So
locked
can you?
to.
Okay,
go ahead.
sorry. Well, let's give it a watch.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
we'll talk about it.
You weren't supposed to wake up. What is this? You made it. You just forgot. Why? To forget? Forget what? That's why I'm here. Are you real? I was. Before you left me. You're sleeping again. It's almost time. Time for what? To choose. Stay or wake up. I never chose this. You did. You just don't want to remember.
Yeah, so let's go back through now. Like we can like analyze this a little bit, but it's cool the amount they move the camera.
Yeah.
It's like it adds a lot, man. Yeah, let's go back to that video for a sec. That film. I just want to look at.
Sorry.
Play from the beginning. Like, go forward a bit. Yeah, like this. Like this kind of like it's cool. They showcased how you like different movement, like a shot like that.
Yeah.
A lot of these shots you would need different like setups to make this happen, right? Like you're not just pulling out your iPhone and getting these shots.
Right.
No way. Like all of this movement, like it kind of goes on an angle and goes like this. It's even funny how like this effect where they kind of push the camera in on her face.
Yeah.
It creates this unique effect that's different than when you like push an iPhone in. I think it's because they're pushing in and the camera's tilting down. Right? So it creates this like kind of, it's like a smoother effect or something.
Yeah, because the stabilization is through the gimbal. It's not electronically in the housing.
Like that, those push-ins.
Yeah.
Like there it is again. They do that a lot. It's cool that they caught on to that there was like a unique element of that move. And then this dialogue scene, the whipping back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of gimmicky, but it's cool.
Yeah. No, but it's like it's cool to just see like that how it's different than a iPhone.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, let's go back to the DJI site.
What is this?
Did you see? So, yeah, I never thought of it that way. That this is actually like an exploration into not just like cameras, but also like robotics. I just want to make sure I like go to like the last thing. If you go to power, DJI power expansion battery. Okay, so these are just accessories.
Yeah.
And now if you go to specialized. Whoa. Enterprise? What is this?
Oh yeah, they
whoa.
probably yeah.
Of course. Yeah, that's another thing with this stuff, right? It's like we look at this and we're like, oh, it's just like a robot with a camera. But no. It's like this is just one application of this. And this is like an intelligent machine. Right? Yeah. This is like becoming like an intelligent machine. And yeah, you can put a camera on there, but why can't you just put like a fucking gun on there?
Yeah.
Right? You can that's just like it's like it's tooling. So search and rescue, private security, wildlife protection. If you go up, that's law enforcement. Okay, so what else do they have? Oh, you're an enterprise. So let's go back for a sec. And they go up. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Yeah, agriculture. Is this all the same stuff? Oh, the DJI Agris 250. Learn
it's
more
for
on
crop
that.
monitoring, most likely.
Monitoring?
And
can you click learn more on that? Yeah, let's watch this. So this is using that same thesis, so the same philosophy. It's like this is a robot, but now a robot that can fly, and it's using the software. But now instead of like a camera, they're putting on this dispenser, the thing, right?
Yeah, and they probably still have cameras on there for, monitoring health of crops and things like that. And like they'll probably support some kind of integration with some cloud software that monitors the quality of the crop, and that can inform what a farmer needs to do or how they need to manage or when to harvest, things like that.
They could probably get so much more precise with something like this.
Yeah.
Right? Because they can like go right on top of that's like a big value of these drones, is like the maneuverability, that they can go into these tight spaces and they can navigate the spaces with much more precision.
Yeah. Way more than like a helicopter going over, and also probably more energy efficient.
Mm-hmm. It's the perfect vehicle for precise travel, basically,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so what else do they got? So they got this, agriculture. And this is like not even including like the military.
Yeah, if you think about it,
they're not showing you everything.
Do you see what the Ukrainian military did?
I was just going to ask you.
Yeah. Dude, $50 drone versus $10 million Russian bomber. Like,
there was I just heard about this. Awesome. I don't really know fully about it, but I think what happened was there was this Ukraine and Russia are fighting each other, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know much about the whole war, but like basically what happened, the story that came out is that Ukraine they took some cheap drones and they hid them in the top of boxes or something. And I guess they were like getting these boxes in like Russia. So they got a whole bunch of these boxes in Russia. And then I think somehow the top of these boxes come off or something. And these drones like fly up in the air and they like fucked up a bunch of like Russian planes. So it's like something like thousands of dollars of like actual drones destroying like
tens of millions of dollars of military.
Which, yeah, you should. So look up Ukraine, Russia drone. It might have to go on X or something to find something good, but I think they also have video footage of it too. Yeah, I don't know if like it's probably better to go on X to find.
Yeah, they won't censor it there.
No, not even that. It's just they might find like a video or something. Okay. No, man.
No, you gotta tap media. Oh yeah, no, they don't have it. What? I saw the footage a couple days ago though.
On X?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so if you type in I don't know actually. Yeah, I guess just find a news article.
These are it, right?
Yeah. This will be in textbooks. Thanks. This will be in textbooks. Ukraine secretly delivered FPV drones and wooden mobile cabins into Russia. The drones were hidden under the roofs of the cabins, which were later mounted on trucks. Drones were hidden under the roofs of the cabins. At the signal, the roofs opened remotely. Dozens of drones launched directly from the trucks, striking strategic bomber aircraft. and Russia can't produce these bombers anymore. The loss is massive. Nothing like this has ever been done before.
I think it's great. It's a very fun, like, David versus... Is it David versus Goliath? I don't really know what the comparison is.
Ukraine's spiderweb drone attack had big military, security, and psychological implications for Russia, but not discusses how it was planned for 18 months. And Putin knew nothing. No more infiltrators or collaborations in Ukraine. Putin is in the dark. The scale of Ukraine's success is undeniable. Drones built and launched from inside the country struck 1/3 Russia's tactical bombers. Yeah, click this Sean Pinner thing. An estimated $7 billion in aircraft destroyed in what may be one of the most successful intelligence ops in modern history. So the idea here is that this is like a technological it's like the whole startup thing, but like applied in a military way where right, it's like a new technical paradigm is revealed where you can provide some new kind of value.
I should have brought Avery on to this because he would be all over. He's a big army guy.
Yeah, like, so it's basically like it's like a new technical value, or a new way of like creating customer value is created because of this new technical paradigm. And it just, what's a simple way of saying
but
it?
It's like
the rules of the game.
It
It doesn't apply to the same rules.
But it's like, now you know why this war is continuing and it's not ending.
Oh, you think it's because of this? Like,
of course, there's a new opportunity to test these drones.
Yeah.
If America really wanted to play their cards, and if Europe really wanted to play their cards in conjunction with America, this war would end in 72 hours. But like, there's too much for Anduril and Raytheon and Lockheed Martin to gain by doing these field tests and experiments, even if it comes at the cost of Ukrainian lives. Yeah. Right? Like,
so what does this mean then? What does this like attack mean? This attack means that like, it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing that we just saw when we saw the DJI Mavic. Yeah. Whatever, the Mavic 4 Pro or the DJI like agricultural thing. It's like they're changing what like in this case, I guess they were explosives. Like, these drones blew up.
Yeah, they had little explosives on them.
Oh, so the whole drone blew up?
Yeah.
Oh, so they were like
it's
flying...
like a kamikaze drone.
Oh, okay.
But, $50 a pop. It's disposable. You don't really lose much.
Is that how much it was?
Yeah.
$50?
It's not.
No.
At
obviously
scale,
not. Yeah, not as much as like one of these like bomber planes.
Yeah. No, nowhere near as much as one of those bombers. They don't even have, as you said, like, they probably don't even have the facilities to assemble those bombers anymore. So.
Yeah, that's really messed up. Because think about one of these, like, you have this like flying bomb.
Yeah.
And it's just like going and it just blows up. It's really scary.
Yeah. I mean,
what is this? Is this real? Ukraine launches huge drone swarm attack against military targets across Russia. Fuel depot of the... I don't know if this is real. But... Yeah, I guess that's another thing. It's like, if they can just fly in a whole bunch of these explosive drones over and over and over again, right? Just swarms of bombs just coming in over and over again. Yeah, it's different. You can... Yeah.
I think as long as it's not civilian targets, then I guess all for it. But like, I don't know. I don't care much about defense tech. I think it's good because it pushes the boundaries for other kinds of verticals. But yeah, I've never really been interested in it. I think when Avery and I were working on like the lip reading, my co-founder.
Okay.
When him and I were working on like lip reading and stuff like that, like the initial pitch was that, this is a silent way for soldiers to communicate with each other on the field.
Okay.
Or this is a way for like the CIA to tap into inaudible conversations. But my heart really wasn't there. I like, even if the sales cycle for something like that wasn't like 3 years and it was 3 months, I still don't think I would have been happy making that kind of company. So,
but I think what's interesting about all this like defense tech stuff is if you look at like the history of the world, like a lot of times when new technical innovations like this happen, it really changes the power dynamics of the world.
Yeah, of course.
Right. And this is like, it seems like something like that is like happening here, where it's like, you know, this is like, you have this like they don't even have, they're saying that, well, I mean, there's not even the factories that exist to produce those planes anymore.
Yeah.
And those planes were like maybe predominant tools used in like warfare when they were made.
Yeah.
Right. Or like obviously part of the like arsenal. And now you have like these drones that are going in there, and it's a cheaper price, and they're able to easily destroy those like seemingly like archaic vehicles now. Yeah, vessels, right? Because it's like that thing needs to like take off.
Yeah.
And so this represents like a huge shift now, right?
Hopefully the shift is towards deterrence and less aggression, but
I don't know, man. These are they're like weaponized insects.
yeah, that's a
you know
good
what I
way to
mean?
put it. Yeah.
All right, you want to wrap? I'm gonna wrap on this.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, Vin, thanks for having me on, man.
Anytime.
Always a pleasure.